Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be talking about a topic which has recently shook the nation. A 34-year-old techie from the city of Bengaluru has committed suicide, and the point of discussion that came up was that the man, or you can say the husband, has left a suicide note and a 90-minute video in which he has very clearly said that he was being harassed by the estranged wife and her family members. So this is the whole scenario. So let us first look at the points of discussion. First we will be looking at the news, then what the Supreme Court of India has said in this matter, then what is section 498 of the Indian Penal Code, and also about the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, that the cruelty laws which has been talked about in this case, then the suicide scenario in India, and also what are the reasons for people committing suicide, and in the end a prelims MCQ. Topic is of relevance. This topic can come into different aspects. First of all, from GS paper 2 with regard to the IPC and the BNS, then it can come under society also. So do not forget to subscribe to the channel. And the news talks about Bengaluru techie suicide. What is the cruelty law that Supreme Court mentioned? Now what has happened is that the husband and wife, they were not living together, and wife has complained about the husband with regard to the dowry, and also the complaint mentions about the relatives of the husband. Now the suicide note and the video has been surfaced or is surfacing the internet, and it talks about that the husband has talked about the estranged wife and how she has harassed him and his family members, and while on the other hand he has also talked about that the involvement of the judge of the case in a negative manner, and also that the female, or you can say the wife, was harassing him and was demanding an alimony of rupees 3 crores, which is way too much, and also all the laws that she has used against the husband and the family members of the husband is also not in a good sense, and all these things has also not happened. So as we move forward, Drishti IAS Mukherjee Nagar classes has shifted to Noida, and the first IAS GS Foundation course in an offline manner covering both prelims and mains in English medium will be starting from 12th of December, and the timing is 6 p.m. So the exact address of the new Noida center is C171/2 Block A, Sector 15, Noida. If you have any query, give us a call at 9311406440, and also if you want to know about the exact location of the new center, then the link is provided in the description box. Apart from this, the UPSC Foundation batch is starting in Lucknow from 23rd of December 11:30 am and Delhi 23rd of December 8 am. Then keeping in mind your UPSC 2025 preparation for both prelims and mains, Drishti IAS has come up with a new program named Sambhav 2025, and it will contain 10 prelims daily question plus 2 mains answer writing questions. So both your MCQ and answer writing will be taken into consideration. Then in-depth analysis of the previous year questions will also be done, plus the complete coverage of general studies and current affairs will be done. Now starting with the news. So the Bengaluru techie who has committed suicide after alleging harassment from his wife and her family has taken India by storm. So he has alleged he was being harassed by his estranged wife, her family and a judge, and has left a 24-page suicide letter and a 80 to 90-minute video, and in which he has talked about the details of his harassment. Then the Supreme Court of India, so the Honorable Supreme Court of India has stepped in and has commented on section 498A of the Indian Penal Code, and the section 498A is the section or is the law which talks about the domestic violence, and this is the law which is in news because of this suicide case, and this is a law protecting women from cruelty from husband and their relatives. Then now what the Supreme Court of India has said is that the court, referring to section 498A of the Indian Penal Code, even though the Indian Penal Code has now been shifted to the BNS, that is Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, we will be talking about that also. And it has witnessed a growing tendency to misuse the law that protect women from cruelty. So the Supreme Court of India has said that a law which was made to protect the woman from cruelty and the harassment or the dowry procedures, now what is happening is that even though some women are actually using this law for their own protection, but on the other hand there has been cases which are being observed under which the women are not using these law which were made to protect them, but now they are misusing these law and are filing the cases which are not true to their nature. Then the court has said an examination of the FIR revealed that the wife's accusation were vague and omnibus. So the accusation which was made by the wife were vague. Then the Supreme Court has also said that sometimes recourse is taken to invoke section 498A of the IPC against the husband and his family in order to seek compliance with the unreasonable demands of a wife. So it has also said that many a times it has been observed and many a times it has been seen that the demands which are made by the wife are unreasonable. It means that the demands are too much in nature and it is not in the hands of the husband to complete those demands or to fulfill those demands. Then it has been seen that there is a growing tendency to misuse provisions like section 498A of the IPC as a tool for unleashing personal vendetta against the husband and his family by a wife. And when we say husband and his family, it means the men plus the parents, the mother, father or the sister or the brother, the family members of the husband. Then if not scrutinized, it will lead to the misuse of legal processes. So now this is a very important line said by the Supreme Court, that it needs to be seen that the cases which are true and the women who are filing the cases under section 498A of the IPC, they are absolutely true and they are using the law for the correct reasons. But on the other hand, the cases which are in which the law is being misused, now these cases needs to be checked upon. So these cases needs to be scrutinized. Now what is section 498 of IPC? So it is also known as the domestic violence law. Domestic violence law, it means that it was made that for women with whom even dowry cases are being observed or domestic violence is being done by the husband or the family of the husband, harassment is being done. So all these cases, the woman or the female can file cases under the section 498 of the IPC, which talks about the domestic violence law. The 498 section talks about whoever, being the husband or the relative of the husband of a woman, subject such woman to cruelty shall be punished with an imprisonment for a term which may extend to 3 years or shall be liable to fine. So if anyone does cruelty with a female, it can be husband plus the relatives of husband. Now that can be the family members of the husband or the parents or the brother or the sister. So in case if that is proved, then imprisonment of up to 3 years plus fine can be made. Then under this, the term cruelty. Now what is the meaning of the term cruelty? Now that has also been defined. So the term cruelty means drive the woman to commit suicide or to cause grave injury or danger to life, limb or health of the woman. So if anything is done to the extent that the female commits suicide or causes grave injury to herself, this comes under cruelty. Then other point is harassment of the woman. In any case, then coercing her or any person related to her to meet any unlawful demand for any property or valuable security. Now this point can come under the point of dowry, or is on account of failure by her or any person related to her to meet such demands. So if any kind of unreasonable demand is being done, harassment is being done, or cruelty is shown by the family of the husband or husband himself. So these are the terms, or this is how the term cruelty is defined, and the imprisonment is up to 3 years or fine. Now, with respect to the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023, so the section 498A of the IPC is now section 85 of the BNS. Is now section 85 of the BNS. So, which was earlier section 498A of IPC is now section 85 of the BNS, and section 85 of the BNS is same with regard to the section 498A of the IPC. So, the provisions are same. See, section 85 and 86 of the BNS were reproduction of section 498A of the IPC. It means they are same. And the only difference is that the explanation to section 498A is now by a way of separate provision, that is section 86 of BNS. So, what was the provisions of section 498A of the IPC, the domestic violence law, under the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita? The same provisions are given under section 85 and 86 of the BNS 2003, and the provisions are same. Is it fine? Imprisonment is up to 3 years or fine. Now, if we talk about the aspect of suicide in India, now first of all, what is suicide? So, according to the NCRB, that is the National Crime Records Bureau, suicide means as a personal tragedy that prematurely takes the life of an individual and has a continuing ripple effect affecting the lives of family, friends and communities. Now, prematurely means that suicide is not natural death. Suicide means it is not a natural death, it means consciously taking life of oneself, that is suicide, and it is premature in nature. Now, if we talk about the states with highest percentage share of suicides during the time period of 2019 to 2021, this is NCRB report, and the time period is 2019 to 2021 state-wise. So, first we will talk about year 2019, then 2020, then 2021. So, the state which is leading in cases of suicide cases are Maharashtra, 13.6%, then year 2020 it is 13% and 2021 it is 13.5%. On the second position it is Tamil Nadu, 9.7%, 11.0% and 11.5%. It means the suicide cases in Tamil Nadu is on a rise. Third position in year 2019 it was West Bengal, but in year 2020 and 2021 it is Madhya Pradesh. It means the number of suicide cases in Madhya Pradesh are also rising. Then fourth comes Madhya Pradesh, and year 2020-21 it is replaced by West Bengal, and the fifth position is Karnataka in all the years, that is 2019, 2020 and 2021. Then according to the NCRB, accidental deaths and suicide in India 2021, it talks about that a total of 1,64,000 suicides were reported in the country during the year 2021. It means that more than 1.5 lakh people are taking their life by suicides. But the problem is that the number of suicide cases are rising among students also. It is on a rise. And one of the main reasons for the suicide among students has been academic pressure. It has been loneliness. Academic pressure and the peer pressure is very, very high and is one of the main reasons of suicide among the students. So, and it also shows an increase of 7.2% in comparison to 2020. So, this shows that the number of suicide cases are on a rise. So, from the year 2020 to the year 2021, a rise of 7.2% has been seen. And then the rate of suicides in India was 12% in the year 2021. Then The age group of 18 to 45 years remains the most vulnerable and accounted for about 2/3 of the suicides in the year 2021. Then the rate of suicide in India, incidence of suicide per 1 lakh population. In the year 2017, it was 9.9%, but this has jumped to 12% in the year 2021, and it very clearly shows that the number of suicide cases in India are rising. Now, what has been the reasons for committing suicide? So, majorly the reasons has been mental health issue, and the mental health issue is a topic which is on a rise, and now people are openly talking about this also. So, for this, people needs to talk, and they need to have people with whom they can talk. So, that becomes very important. Then isolation and loneliness, financial concerns, very important, because nowadays people are not paying very much attention towards being financially stable, and the living costs are also rising, plus the responsibilities are rising. So the financial concerns are also a very big reason. Lack of support, and then toxic relationships. So these are few of the important points for people committing suicide. So this was all for today, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing, and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.